What is a network? A network consists of two or more computers that are linked in order to share resources, such as printers and CDs, exchange files, or allow electronic communications. The computers on a network may be linked through cables, telephone lines, radio waves, satellites, or infrared light beams. According to Wikipedia, a computer network is a group of computers that use a set of common communication protocols over digital interconnections for the purpose of sharing resources located on or provided by the network nodes. The interconnections between nodes are formed from a broad spectrum of telecommunication network technologies, based on physically wired, optical, and wireless radio frequency methods that may be arranged in a variety of network topologies. Here one can get confused between the two words network and internet because in daily life we use it. Don't get confused with internet and network. Network is a different thing and internet is different. The internet is a global network of billions of computers and other electronic devices. With the internet, it's possible to access almost any information, communicate with anyone else in the world, and do much more. You can do all of this by connecting a computer to the internet, which is also called going online. Internet stands for Interconnected Network. That is a network system that connects millions of web servers. Internet don't have anyone's ownership. It's free for all globe. We just pay for the service provider, which may be any company like Jio, Vodafone, BSNL and so many. Communication between computers. We are using the internet on a daily basis. This actually means that we are all connected in the same network. The internet is a global network which connects all the users of the world, and they can communicate at any time with each other from different places because they belong to the same network. A network is a group of interconnections. It can be a group of smaller networks too. A computer network uses two or more computers that are linked to each other with network medium. Users in the same network can use the same hardware, a printer or software, same programs, and transmit different kinds of data like text, video, voice, etc. Hardware is used to link each other, for example the wire cables, the optical fibers or wirelessly connections. Networks are divided into four different types. LAN. LAN stands for Local Area Network. A network is a group of two or more connected computers, and a LAN is a network contained within a small geographic area, usually within the same building. Home Wi-Fi networks and small business networks are common examples of LANs. Typically, LANs use wired connections to link the computers to each other and to a variety of peripheral devices such as printers. What is LAN and how does it work? A local area network, LAN, consists of a series of computers linked together to form a network in a circumscribed location. The computers in a LAN connect to each other via TCP, IP, Ethernet or Wi-Fi. A LAN is normally exclusive to an organization, such as a school, office, association. Characteristics of local area network. LANs of private-owned network can be extended up to a few kilometers. LANs operate at relatively high speed as compared to the typical one. It connects computers within a single office, building, block or campus, i.e. they work in a relatively small geographical area. Advantages of LAN. Resource sharing. LAN provides resource sharing such as computer resources like printers, scanners, modems, DVD-ROM drives, and hard disks can be shared within the connected devices. This reduces cost and hardware purchases. Software applications sharing. In a local area network, it is easy to use the same software in a number of computers connected to a network instead of purchasing the separately licensed software for each client or network. Easy and cheap communication. Data and messages can easily be shared with the other computer connected to the network. Centralized data. The data of all network users can be stored on a hard disk of the central server computer. This helps users to use any computer in a network to access the required data. Data security. Since data is stored on the server computer, it will be easy to manage data at only one place and the data will be more secure too. Internet sharing. Local area network provides the facility to share a single internet connection among all the LAN users. In school labs and internet cafes, single internet connection is used to provide internet to all connected computers. Disadvantages of LAN. High setup cost. The initial setup costs of installing local area networks is high because there is special software required to make a server. Also, communication devices like an Ethernet cable, switches, hubs, routers, cables are costly. Privacy violations. The LAN administrator can see and check personal data files of each and every LAN user. Moreover, he can view the computer and internet history of the LAN user. Data security threat. Unauthorized users can access important data of an office or campus if a server hard disk is not properly secured by the LAN administrator. LAN maintenance job. Local area network requires a LAN administrator because there are problems such as software installations, program faults or hardware failures or cable disturbances in local area network. A LAN administrator is required to maintain these issues. Covers limited area. LANs are restricted in size. They cover a small area like a single office, single building or a group of nearby buildings. 1. A wide area network, also known as WAN, is a large network of information that is not tied to a single location. WANs can facilitate communication, the sharing of information and much more between devices from around the world through a WAN provider. A WAN can cover country, continent or even a whole world. Internet connection is an example of WAN. Other examples of WAN are mobile broadband connections such as 3G. Advantages of WANs. If your company has branches in several locations, a wide area network is a viable option to boost productivity and increase internal communications. Advantages of WAN. Centralizes IT infrastructure. Many consider this WAN's top advantage. The WAN eliminates the need to buy email or file servers for each office. Instead, you only have to set up one at your head office's data center. Setting up a WAN also simplifies server management, since you won't have to support, backup, host, or physically protect several units. Also, setting up a WAN provides significant economies of scale by providing a central pool of IT resources the whole company can tap into. Boosts your privacy. Setting up a WAN allows you to share sensitive data with all your sites without having to send the information over the internet. Having your WAN encrypt your data before you send it adds an extra layer of protection for any confidential material you may be transferring. With so many hackers out there just dying to steal sensitive corporate data, a business needs all the protection it can get from network intrusions. Increases bandwidth. Corporate WANs often use leased lines instead of broadband connections to form the backbone of their networks. Using leased lines offers several pluses for a company, including higher upload speeds than your typical broadband connections. Corporate WANs also generally offer unlimited monthly data transfer limits, so you can use these links as much as you like without boosting costs. Improved communications not only increase efficiency but also boost productivity. Eliminates need for ISDN. WANs can cut costs by eliminating the need to rent expensive ISDN. ISDN or Integrated Services Digital Network is a circuit switch telephone network system that transmits both data and voice over a digital line. You can also think of it as a set of communication standards to transmit data, voice, and signaling. Circuits for phone calls. Instead, you can have your WAN carry them. If your WAN provider prioritizes voice traffic, you probably won't see any drop-off in voice quality either. You may also benefit from much cheaper call rates when compared to calls made using ISDN circuits. Some companies use a hybrid approach. They have inbound calls come over ISDN and outbound calls go over the WAN. This approach won't save you as much money, but it will still lower your bill. Guaranteed uptime. Many WAN providers offer business class support. That means you get a specific amount of uptime monthly, quarterly, or yearly as part of your SLA. They may also offer you round-the-clock support. Guaranteed uptime is a big plus no matter what your industry. Let's face it, no company can afford to be down for any length of time in today's business environment given the stringent demands of modern customers. Cuts costs, increase profits. In addition to eliminating the need for ISDN, WANs can help you cut costs and increase profits in a wide variety of other ways. For example, WANs eliminates or significantly reduce the costs of gathering teams from different offices in one location. Your marketing team in the United States can work closely with your manufacturing team in Germany using video conferencing and email. Saving on the travel costs alone could make investing in a WAN a viable option for you. WANs also provide some key technical advantages as well. In addition to providing support for a wide variety of applications and a large number of terminals, WANs allow companies to expand their networks through plug-in connections over locations and boost interconnectivity by using gateways, bridges, and routers. Plus, by centralizing network management and monitoring of use and performance, WANs ensure maximum availability and reliability. Disadvantages of WANs. While WANs provide numerous advantages, they have their share of disadvantages. As with any technology, you need to be aware of these downsides to make an informed decision about WANs. The three most critical downsides are high setup costs, security concerns, and maintenance issues. High setup costs. WANs are complicated and complex, so they are rather expensive to set up. Obviously, the bigger the WAN, the costlier it is to set up. One reason that the setup costs are high is the need to connect far-flung remote areas. However, by using public networks, you can set up a WAN using just software SD-WAN, which reduces setup costs. Keep in mind also that the price-performance ratio of WANs is better now than a decade or so ago. Security concerns. WANs open the way for certain types of internal security breaches, such as unauthorized use, information theft, and malicious damage to files. While many companies have some security in place when it comes to the branches, they deploy the bulk of the security at the data centers to control and manage information sent to their locations. This strategy reduces management costs but limits the company's ability to deal directly with security breaches at their locations. Some companies also have a hard time compressing and accelerating SSL traffic without significantly increasing security vulnerabilities and creating new management challenges. Maintenance issues. Maintaining a WAN is a challenge, no doubt about it. Guaranteeing that your data center will be up and operating 24/7 is the biggest maintenance challenge of all. Data center managers must be able to detect failures before they occur and reduce data center downtime as much as possible, regardless of the reasons. Downtime is costly. In fact, a study done by Infonetics Research estimates that medium and large businesses in North America lose as much as $100 million annually to IT and communication technology downtime. Other maintenance concerns include link quality and performance degradation, on-demand throughput, load balancing for the data center, bandwidth management, scalability, and data center consolidation and visualization. As the person responsible for your company's network requirements, you need to consider both the advantages and disadvantages of this powerful tool to make an informed decision on the viability of a WAN for your company. WANs are powerful business tools. They boost an organization's communications, competitiveness, and even profitability. But WANs also have the downsides too, including internal security concerns and significant maintenance challenges. Either way, now you have the facts. A network is a group of computers and network devices connected together, usually within the same building. A WAN connects several LANs, and may be limited to an enterprise, a corporation or an organization, or accessible to the public. PAN. A personal area network PAN is formed when two or more computers or cell phones interconnect to one another wirelessly over a short range, typically less than about 30 feet. A PAN provides data transmission among devices such as computers, smartphones, tablets, and personal digital assistants. PANs can be used for communication among the personal devices themselves, or for connecting to a higher-level network and the internet where one master device takes up the role as gateway. A personal area network (PAN) connects electronic devices within a user's immediate area. The size of a PAN ranges from a few centimeters to a few meters. One of the most common real-world examples of a PAN is the connection between a Bluetooth earpiece and a smartphone. PANs can also connect laptops, tablets, printers, keyboards, and other computerized devices. PAN network connections can either be wired or wireless. Wired connection methods include USB and FireWire. Wireless connection methods include Bluetooth, the most common, Wi-Fi, ERDA, and Zigbee. While devices within a PAN can exchange data with each other, PANs typically do not include a router and thus do not connect to the internet directly. A device within a PAN, however, can be connected to a local area network (LAN) that then connects to the internet. For instance, a desktop computer, a wireless mouse, and wireless headphones can all be connected to each other, but only the computer can connect directly to the internet. Personal area networks (PANs) are short-range wireless networks that work over a range of tens of meters. PANs' main role is to eliminate cables that connect devices to peripherals. Typical PAN technologies include cordless products, such as mouse devices and keyboards, that use radio or infrared. Few examples of wireless personal area network (WPAN). An example of a WPAN is using a Bluetooth mouse you've connected to a PC to control the computer operations. WPAN is also used in the following tasks: wireless keyboards, wireless mice, smartphones, TV remotes, wireless printers, gaming consoles, Bluetooth, FireWire, Zigbee, ultrawideband, Wi-Fi, wireless USB. Characteristics of a personal area network. It is mostly a personal devices network equipped within a small area. It allows you to deal with information devices interconnected with a single user environment. PAN includes mobile phones, tablets, and laptops. It is possible to connect wirelessly to the internet called WPAN. Devices used for PAN, wireless mice, keyboards, and Bluetooth systems. Short-range communication. It requires very low power. Low cost. Advantages of personal area network. As PANs are for personal use, so it has numerous advantages down below we have mentioned. In PAN, no extra space requires. No need of extra cable and wire. Used in office, conference, and meetings. It is used in TV remotes, AC remotes, etc. Data can synchronize between different devices. Connect to many devices at a time. No extra space requires. Affordable cost. Portable. Easy to use. Reliable. Secure. Disadvantages of personal area network. PAN can be operated in less range of areas. Can only be used for personal area. Slow data transfer. Interfere with radio signals. Infrared signals travel only in a straight line. MAN. Metropolitan Area Network (MAN). A metropolitan area network (MAN) is a computer network that connects computers within a metropolitan area, which could be a single large city, multiple cities and towns, or any given large area with multiple buildings. A MAN is larger than a local area network (LAN), but smaller than a wide area network (WAN). MANs do not have to be in urban areas. The term metropolitan implies the size of the network, not the demographics of the area that it serves. A metropolitan area network (MAN) is a network with a size greater than LAN but smaller than a WAN. It normally comprises networked interconnections within a city that also offers a connection to the internet. Characteristics of metropolitan area network. Network size generally ranges from 5 to 50 kilometers. It may be as small as a group of buildings on campus to as large as covering the whole city. In general, a MAN is either owned by a user group or by a network provider who sells service to users rather than a single organization as in LAN. Data rates are moderate to high. It facilitates the sharing of regional resources. They provide uplinks for connecting LANs to WANs and the internet. Uses of metropolitan area network (MAN). Some of the uses of MAN are: Digital cable television. Used in government agencies. University campuses. Cable broadband. Used to connect several branches of the local school. In hospital, for communication between doctors, research offices, labs. A network of fire stations. In airports. Networking between community colleges within the country. Used in public libraries. Advantages of a MAN network. There are many advantages of the MAN network, some of them given below. 1. Less expensive. It is less expensive to attach MAN with one network. MAN gives you good efficiency of data. All data on MAN is easily manageable in a centralized way. 2. Sending local emails. You can send local emails fast and free on MAN. 3. High speed than 1. The speed of data can easily reach 1000 megabits per second, as MAN uses fiber optics. Files and database transfer rates are fast. 4. Sharing of the internet. With the installation of MANs, users can share their internet connection. In this way, multiple users can get the same high-speed internet. 5. Conversion of LAN to MAN is easy. MAN is a combination of two or more LAN network, so it is a faster way to connect two LAN networks together. It is possible by the fast configuration of links. 6. High security. MANs has a high security level than WAN. Disadvantages of MAN network. 1. Difficult to manage. It is very difficult to manage if the size and number of LANs network increase. This is due to security and extra configuration problems. 2. Internet speed difference. As it cannot work on phone copper wires. Copper wires affect the speed of MAN, so high cost is needed for fiber optics. 3. Hackers attack. In this network, there is a high risk of attacking hackers as compared to LAN. So data may be a leak. Highly security staff is the need in MAN. 4. Technical staff requires to set up. Highly technical people require to set up MAN. The technical people are network administrators and troubleshooters. 5. Need more wires. In MAN, more than LAN network cables require. As you know, it is a combination of two LANs. The distinguishing features of MAN are: network size generally ranges from 5 to 50 kilometers. It may be as small as a group of buildings in a campus to as large as covering the whole city. Data rates are moderate to high. In general, a MAN is either owned by a user group or by a network provider who sells service to users rather than a single organization as in LAN. It facilitates sharing of regional resources. They provide uplinks for connecting LANs to WANs and Internet. Example of MAN. Cable TV network. Telephone networks providing high-speed DSL lines.